Now, the second homestand of the season, we're seeing these sellouts in April. That's like not the norm for baseball teams after opening day. This ballpark is electric. And then the walk-off the other night. What's it been like sitting down in the dugout with this place packed night in and night out?
Well, you say normal, for a baseball. This is different. We're different here. The Mets fans, our team, the environment, Citi Field. There's a lot to like. And coming into the ballpark every day, knowing that it's going to be packed, it's going to be electric, it's gonna be loud. Like, man, not only for us, but I've been saying it for the other team. The guy on the mound, like. It's not an easy environment as a visiting team to come to play. And I just, shout out to the fans. And that's what our expectations now is coming to the ballpark and that I think Pete said it the other day, like he's having that 10th guy on the field. And that's how we're feeling.
Welcome to Meet at the Apple, presented by PC Richard & Son. We are here with Carlos Mendoza. I'm Vito Calise. That's Jonathan Barron. And Carlos, off the bat, we want to talk to you about Pete Alonso and the start he's gotten off to that is just impeccable. And want to go back to spring training and wonder, was there something you saw in Pete even back then that you saw that his start was going to be so outrageous compared to last year?
Not really. We saw the same guy from day one. Guy that posts, guy that shows up, works, competes, and wants to win. And he's locked in right now. Like you said it, man. It's been amazing to watch a guy that not missing pitches, controlling the strike zone, hitting for power, hitting for average, like clutch. Like, there's a lot to like right now about Pete Alonso. But same guy off the field, preparation, keeping it loose, keeping it fun, but at the same time intense because every pitch, every game means something. And that's what it's all about.
Pete's done a great job carrying this offense at times, and the offense is about to get some reinforcements. Jeff McNeil and Francisco Alvarez are both on the verge of completing rehab assignments. So two-part question here. Number one, what's the latest update you can give us on their timetables?
Yeah, so they're getting close. Alvi, as we speak here, he's scheduled a DH today. Then he'll come over here. We'll check with him. But at that point, he's going to be clear from the medical standpoint. I think it's more now for him to work on the timing, maybe get some more at-bats. So we'll see where we at after we check with him. Same thing with Jeff. He's feeling really, really good. He's a hitter, like a simple approach, bat-to-ball skills. Little different than Alvi, who went through a lot of adjustment in the offseason with his approach and things like that. And that's why probably with Alvi, we're looking at maybe an extra couple of games. We'll see. Like I say, we got to check with him. The good thing is that physically and from the medical standpoint, they're about to be clear.
And once you do have them back, the manager, the front office, you guys are going to have to figure out this puzzle. Jeff's been playing some center field down during his rehab assignment. Alvi obviously behind the plate, but you've got a great catcher right now in Luis Torrens. Have you thought about, number one, the lineup construction when both those guys are back, but also the defensive alignment, where you're going to play these guys to get everyone at bats?
It will always play itself out. Like those things we tend to worry way too ahead of time, and it's a good problem to have as a manager. Everybody's going to play, Alvi obviously is our guy. He's going to play. Louis will continue to play. I'm not going to just run Alvi through the ground, especially schedule will dictate, whether it's a day game after a night game, how many games in a row. Like, there's a lot that you can mix and match there, but they're both going to play. Jeff is going to play too. The good thing is now you got a Jeff McNeil who provides versatility. You got a Luisangel Acuña who provides versatility. Brett Beatty provides versatility. So there's a lot of moving pieces here that I could play around with. So again, we're still a few days away from making those decisions, but it's a good problem to have.
So you bring up versatility, and you brought up Luisangel Acuña, which those two things go hand in hand because we've seen how versatile he is. It's a guy who can play all the way up to the middle of the field. How valuable is he on this team? I mean, when it comes to bat to ball, it comes to speed, stealing bases, getting in there. Like, just what is it like having a guy like him on this roster?
Yeah, look, he does a lot of things that help a baseball team win a baseball game. And you just said it, whether it's the defense, anywhere you put him. Offensively, his at-bats have been a lot better as far as like the chase. He's still gonna chase. You know, he's a young hitter. The speed, you know, he gets on base, and you know that the next pitch he could be at second base, he could be at third, he could score from first on a ball in the gap. And the versatility part, can play anywhere in the infield. You can put him in the outfield. Like, there's a lot to like about this kid.
On the topic of speed, I've noticed you guys have been running a bit more last 2 games. I think Friday, Saturday, 2 steals in both games. We saw Louis try to go from second to third, aggressive on the base paths. We saw Pete with the triple. Is it something you guys are preaching? Let's get more aggressive on the bases. Let's put pressure on. Because the Cardinals, I didn't know if it was a matchup thing. They're middle of the pack when it comes to allowing stolen bases. So it's not like, teams are running all over them. What's your guys' philosophy there?
Yeah, we're going to be aggressive. And this is nothing new. You know, if we see an opportunity where we can take an extra 90 feet, we want to take advantage of it. You got to give credit to the guys. You got to give credit to Antoine Richardson, who works extremely hard, behind the scenes and preparing these guys and looking for tips and tells. And when the opportunity presents, we're going to take advantage of it. So we've seen it the past couple of days, but as a whole, taking the extra base is going to be important for us. We want to be aggressive. If we want to make mistakes, I'd rather be on the aggressive side of things, and then we'll teach off that. We can talk about it. But I like where we at, and we will continue to do so.
All right, let's talk pitching now. 21 games so far. This team has allowed, knock on wood, 9 home runs. What has led to that?
Knock on wood, right?
I just want you to say, hey, if something goes wrong, it's my fault.
Yeah, I mean, we got guys with good stuff, and they're executing their game plans. They're adjusting, they're reading swings. They know the situation. Small sample size, but it's good to see it. You got to give credit to our catchers as well, being on the same page. But it comes down to getting ahead. I think once you get ahead, it's not easy to do damage. So we're doing that, and we're finishing hitters off.
So last time you were here, we talked about how incredible opening day was. Then we also talked about the cold game where all these fans still showed up. Now the second homestand of the season, we're seeing these sellouts in April. That's like not the norm for baseball teams after opening day. This ballpark is electric. And then the walk-off the other night. What's it been like sitting down in the dugout with this place packed night in and night out?
Well, you say normal, for a baseball. This is different, we're different here, the Mets fans, our team, the environment, Citi Field, there's a lot to like, and coming into the ballpark every day knowing that it's going to be packed, it's going to be electric, it's going to be loud. Like, man, not only for us, but I've been saying it, for the other team, the guy on the mound, like, it's not an easy environment as a visiting team to come to play. And I just, shout out to the fans. And that's what our expectations now is coming to the ballpark, and that I think Pete said it the other day, like he's having that 10th guy on the field. Mm-hmm. And that's how we're feeling it.
Kodai Senga took advantage of that on Saturday. He's been great so far, and we've seen his pitch count increase a little bit incrementally in each of his 4 starts. I think he threw 89 pitches on Saturday. Is he at a point now where maybe his next time out, he can go perhaps 100, where you're feeling it out, saying if there aren't many high-stress pitches, it's kind of the unshackled Kodai Senga?
Yeah, I mean, he continues to progress well. He continues to bounce back. And, yeah, I mean, we started at 75 for a couple of outings, then went to 80. Yesterday, we were comfortable with him going up to 90 pitches. And we'll see where we at moving forward. It's still early. Yes, we're giving him and a lot of these guys that extra day of rest, and that's important for all of them. But I think it's just we will continue to watch him, talk to him, get some feedback. But this early, there's some good signs there.
We owe you a congratulations. Not sure if you noticed, but I think you did. You earned your 100th career managerial victory a few nights ago.
Yeah, somebody brought it up. Look, yeah. I mean, he's good, but a lot more to come.
Well, I was going to ask, did you celebrate at all, or did you not really find out? It sounds like you didn't find out until after the fact.
Yeah, I found out after the game.
Were there eggs involved, like your first victory?
No. It was like, I think Eaton was the one.
Did he even get you a cake?
No, he did not. But he brought it up to me and appreciated it. And but hey, man, he's like, all right, you got to get ready for the next game. So.
Well, we got to get ready for some big NL teams coming into town. We got the Phillies, the Diamondbacks. I mean, the NL is the league, the most competitive. It's one of the most competitive leagues in sports right now. What's your just 30,000-foot view of these teams coming in and how you're getting an idea of what this playoff picture could look like way down the road?
Yeah, there's no breaks now. When you look at the schedule, I don't think there's a soft spot anymore for any team, because especially the National League, there's so many good teams right now, but it's too early. I don't like getting too far ahead. We gotta finish this series here against the Cardinals. We got the Phillies coming up, and then we go one day at a time, one series at a time. You like competition, but again, we're good, and that's all we care here. Making sure that we are taking care of the things that we need to control, and then we'll go from there.
And right now, you guys are in a span without a day off, which I'm sure is challenging, especially with the kind of guys you have in your bullpen, the Kranichs, the Butos, the Brazabons, the Garretts, those guys that can really bridge you to the back end. You want to keep everybody fresh. So being that it's April, how do you go about doing that, making sure everyone is staying fresh and healthy for the long run?
Yeah, it's when you're in the middle of a stretch like this, it's not easy because you got to make sure that you give guys proper rest, proper recovery. It's still early, and we've been running these guys hard. But those three guys have been the key there with Buto, Kranich, and Brazabon. Their ability to give us multiple innings in the middle innings of the game, it's been huge. When one guy's down, you can count on the other one, and it trickles down that way. And allows you to kind of give guys a mix and match with some of the high leverage relievers, whether it's a Rick Garrett, a Stanek, Minter, Diaz. So not easy, especially these early. But I like where they at as a whole.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Carlos, and look forward to talking to you next time.
Good seeing you guys.
Before we wrap up, a quick reminder to head to your local PC Richard & Son this week. They're local, family-owned, and we trust them for the lowest guaranteed prices and a friendly and knowledgeable staff. For appliances, electronics, mattresses, get to PC Richard & Son, the company you can trust since 1903. That's a long time.
And we'll see you guys next time at the Apple.